Hi everyone, so today I have this set that Dime Press has brought to HSN for the October Craft Day. It is the Vintage Santa Stamp and Die Kit, so let's check this guy out. You know, we love vintage and we love Santa, so let's open this up. They did send this free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those if you would like to. And again, with HSN and YouTube, it's possible that it's embedded in the video here, or right underneath the video title. It might have a little tab that says shop, or you might already see the icons of the items there. Okay. Oh, you know, we love the Santa with the sleigh being pulled by a reindeer there. Let's check this out. So you always have your what I call standard issue items, which are your 2 adhesive sheets, some information on how to use them. You just kind of put your die cut in there facing the little stickiness, the back of your die cut facing the little sticky bits. With these new ones, that means facing the clear side. Let me try to, the bits are on this side. So the back of your die cut should be facing there. Put it down, and you can scrape over the top, on the back, however. And those little micro dots will be stuck on the back of your die cut, ready to be used. So you have that. You have your cutting folder for the marquee. If you don't have a marquee, these thin metal dies will run through any machine that cuts thin metal dies. So you can put that aside for something else. And then, of course, our acrylic stamps and our dies. And they're a nice size. You can see this guy. So we have Santa, and then we have the die for him. You have his face and the little die there. You have the sleigh with Santa, and then a reindeer. And then the scroll, which I think is really cute. May the magical wonder of the season bring hope and peace and joy. And I'm sorry that I was so halting in reading that. May your Christmas be merry and bright, and then wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We have a bell with the die and a cute little bow. How sweet is that? And it also has a die to go with it. Even the star has a die. This corner, really cute, motif has a little die there. You have a star. A couple different stars, right? All these different sizes are just like background icons, but they also have dies. The holly and the ho 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 even has a die. Really cute. And then you have some little like swirls and cute things. 'Tis the season to be jolly. And some inspo there of how you might want to pair those up or create those cards. Again, I love that they always have like the colored carrier, because it does already give you some inspo just in that. So you have all these different things. Let me give you some ideas of how big these guys are. Obviously the die will be right around the same size. This is like 4 1/4. I'm looking at the very back of that. By 2 1/2 or so deep. Our Santa is about 4 1/4 almost tall and almost 3 inches wide. And if that gives you some idea of the other ones. Beautiful sentiments. The scroll is so cute. And all the different dies. So let me grab a card base, some paper, some inks, whatever we need, maybe some alcohol ink markers, whatever it is that I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so to get my card base going, I do have a standard A2 size card base. If you're making your own, I cut this one at 5 1/2 inches on the 11-inch side there, and scored at 4 1/4. So you have a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 inch card base, and I just realized I still have ink from the last tutorial. So anyway, I'll put that there. You know, I want to do the scroll, but then at the same time I was thinking about putting the Santa face, so I think I'm not going to cut the scroll, but that gave me some idea of how I might want to do this next part. So I have this craft cardstock, and I'm going to do that for the matte layer. And, you know, I like 4 1/8, but like 5 3/8. It could be whatever you like. Honestly, maybe, should I make my own thing and then have... Oh, I was just going to make it the whole background, but maybe we'll make it a little bit fun. Let's say 3 3/4 by, I don't know, 5 1/4. And if I kind of scrunch it and do some fun things, okay. I was just going to make it the whole matte layer like I normally would. But what we want to do is kind of mess with this a little bit. So, you know, we had distressing tools back in the day. I'm sure I still have one sitting in here somewhere, but I'm just going to use these scissors. These scissors are odd. They don't open that much. So hold on. I want one that opens like more. And you can wet your paper. You can distress it in different ways. Do some fun stuff. I'm actually going to just go around. I know that doesn't sound great, but I'm going to make some things. I'm even going to tear it a little bit, you know. However, we kind of mess with it a little bit to kind of open it up. Sorry, so it looks a little bit more rough. We'll probably stick that down in a minute. But I'm going to go around and just kind of do that kind of thing, okay? And a lot of times people like to do the very crook of the scissors like that because it'll kind of hit both sides, but I'm just the kind of person, I don't know why. For me, I have to just use the one side. So I'm going to go around and just really rough this up, and I'll be right back. Not a ton more than what you saw me do. And then, I mean, in some of the corners, you can even really roll it. Just depends on how much dimension you want, but I'm going to take actually a quilling tool to kind of get this a little bit tight. So if I roll it pretty nicely, I can actually even glue it down, you know, so if that's what you want to do, I'm just kind of helping myself out with that one. Or, you know, it might just stay on its own, however. Okay, I also want to put my sentiment right on this, and I think I'm going to have Santa Claus like the face, so I usually don't plan this much, but let's say I have the sentiment here. I'm trying to think if I want to put the sentiment in a straight way, even though my paper's crooked. Probably not, huh? It should probably follow something like that. Okay, so maybe this one. And wish me luck, because I'm just going to stamp it. So let's get that guy going. And I'll use some Memento ink. It's a nice dark brown. Okay, I'm going to stamp it like right here. I'm going to hold that for a bit. You can also take some ink and go around the thing to look more distressed, so maybe we'll do that. See how long I'm holding this down, because I really want to make sure that that's touching everywhere before I pick this up. That's very good. Okay. And then I'll take like a little finger dauber, and maybe even the same brown, I mean, whatever you like. Just go around and kind of get a little more color on this, wherever you think it needs it. I mean, I'm just doing the smallest amount. And I mean, if you want to lay it down on something, you can definitely get more color on there. But I'll just go around until I'm happy with the distressed look, and I'll be right back. I'm happy with that. And you don't have to stick any of this stuff down until you're ready, but I think I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. So if you want another matte layer, maybe like Christmas paper behind the back of this. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. So I'll cut down a piece of something Christmassy that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 for this background piece. Okay, I'll be right back. So I got this really Christmassy poinsettia paper, and since we're distressing, I'll just go around the edge. I don't know, add a little color to that, and I'll be right back. You guys remember back in the early aughts when we were always distressing everything? Everything we had was old and dirty, guys. Everything was distressed to like the nth degree. Okay, so I cut that a little bit higher than 5 3/8. I can see that, but that's okay. So I'm just going to glue this down. Oh, the other side of this paper is pretty. I just wanted a pop of color in the back because I'm going to put our Santa Claus face. And I know that I'm going to stamp that on also a very light colored paper. I'm not going to do white. I'm going to do like a cream colored paper. But so I was like, hey, we need a pop of color back here. So otherwise it would be very cute with just this and then the Santa. But see how that just took it up several notches. I am going to stick this down very well, though, as far as this part. In the very corners. And just get that guy over here-ish. Right to the very edges. That's very cute. So again, even though these edges are kind of, I want to just stick them down really nicely. And then this little scroll guy, if you think, you know, you want to put some glue or dimensional in there or whatever that might help you keep it down, go ahead. I'll just hold that for a little bit. And I'm kind of just holding this by hand. I wasn't really intending to put glue on that, but I did. So there we go. Okay, so this guy, I'm going to use the little face here. And, you know, with distressing, I mean, you can put all these different little things just stamped here and there. A little second generation stamping. I'm just going to use regular cardstock. It's the same thing I use for the card base. So we're not going to do a lot of color blending because it can start feathering and pilling and pulling away and all these horrible things you don't want to happen. I think I'm going to stamp it. Well, I was going to stamp it in brown, but you know what? Let's go ahead and stamp it in black ink. I'm just going to use a hybrid ink. You can definitely use a water-based ink if you're using alcoholic markers, but whatever you use, make sure you're stamping in the thing that works for that. But yeah, brown would be really cute, but that's okay. I'm just going to go with black. And however it comes out is fine, again, with a distressed look or whatever that we're going for. But I am going to make sure, hopefully, that everything's touching. Okay, oh, that's perfect. And so, I mean, look at that. So I'm going to let that dry really well, and then we'll come in with a little bit of color, okay? So I just picked out some very simple colors. I did bring out my blender in case I want to get rid of some color, because I want this to look very just chill. I'll explain it. So for his skin tone, you know, it's already on a cream colored paper, so I did grab this, just like a light brown color, and I'm just going to kind of put some in the shadow here. And again, not too much, and if I want to, I can come in with the blender and just really kind of even soften that just a little bit, okay? So just to give that a little bit of color, but not too much. Again, same thing with like this little ear here that's just kind of showing, and maybe, you know, you bring in a little something there, and we'll wait on that one. Okay, and again, I can kind of soften that just a little bit, but again, you can't do too much because this is not alcoholic marker paper. Same thing with the gray. I brought out this gray, a very light gray, and I'm just going to follow in here and just add a little something, probably on each and every curl, you know. And if you want to soften that out with the blender brush, which is really an eraser, you can definitely do that, and that's why I brought it out at all. And then maybe a little bit in there, a little in there. His little hair is, well, there's another one there. A little bit on the eyebrows, and maybe a little bit in here, right? And again, if you really want to soften that, you can go over it with your blender, because it's going to remove color. Not that side, but it would be this side, if you want to kind of soften that a little bit. But that's up to you. Okay, you don't have to do anything of the sort. And you see how quickly and messily I'm doing that. Okay, the other, the gray on his hat. Well, the white on the hat, but usually I just add a little gray accent, so it looks like, oh yeah, we didn't forget it. It's just white, and we're not going to do much with that. Same thing here. Sometimes I use light blue. It just depends. I'm already using gray, so I'm using gray. Red hat. So again, I'm going to do this really quickly. So just like some dark red, just to kind of start in here. And we don't have a lot of blendability, so just get some dark red in there. And then this is just the medium red. Now this red is actually quite bright, but that's all right. Oh, I went outside the line a little bit there. Not my intention, but that's what happened. And if you do that, you can take your blender, which again is an eraser, and I would use like the nib, the finer one. Now this is not alcoholic marker paper, so it might not react the same way, but you can kind of push that color back through, and it should just go to the back side of the paper and basically be erased on it, if you can see that. And it's going to be brighter here, because basically you're pushing the color through, and that's how you erase it. Okay, so that worked okay. I did grab some pink. I don't know. I was going to give them like little pink cheeks. But again, if I do that, I'll probably blend that out also with that color blender, just to get rid of a little bit of that. So that's a little much. Just to soften that out. Just a little bit. There we go. And I suppose you can even take this guy if you wanted to blend some of this out, because again, it is pretty bright for a vintage look. And then the red berries, I'm just simply going to color them in right quick. Let me see where we're at. We're really up close to this one. So little red berries. And then for the green, I have like an olive-ish green. And I'm just using a middle color of that, because I have something else I want to do with this too. So there's that. I'm putting it right in the very center, because I'm going to come through again. And again, if you want it to be vintage, you can leave the coloring very rustic. It doesn't have to completely color in everything for a more distressed look, but that's okay. So I think that's okay. What I want to do is, let me add a little color in here. Maybe that plus some of the brown. I don't know. I feel like. Okay, and again, I can blend some of that away just to have a little less color. Okay, the chameleon watercolors, I was like, oh, what if we added a little sparkle to his berries here? So let's do meadow. I think meadow will be the color I would want. It's more like a gold. Let me just find meadow. So meadow is definitely, like, when you look at it, it's like blue. So we'll see. Actually, I can probably test it. It does have a blue look, but anyway, when I put it on there, see how the look is quite different? So that's what I was going for. So I just want a little bit of something. I'm just going to put on the little leaves there, and then maybe a little touch doot, 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 on the little berries. Okay, and we're gonna let that dry. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so now let's see. I have a pretty good idea where this is going to cut. Now I might be a little bit off, and that's the only thing. Oh, well, there's also that little space there that kind of dictates where that should go. So I think I'll be okay just cutting it. And that looks good to me. Alright. So a couple of these guys, trim this down, run that through, and I will be right back. Okay, bring our card back. Our vintage Santa. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, that couldn't get any better. That came out really nicely. And we can put our little guy like in here, maybe. Yeah, that's really good. Let's see about these other images here. So, oh my goodness, we have these cute things. I mean, we could have stamped that too. I'm just looking at maybe some flourishes, maybe like this, and just have some little background stamping. That'd be cute. So let me. I'm always looking for a smaller block. I keep finding bigger ones. Oh my goodness. Oh well. This is as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is stamp a few of these guys all around here. Just kind of having an idea. I don't know, like that. Maybe a second generation stamp. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing this. I don't really know exactly where I'm going to put him. So maybe there. Something like that. Yeah. That's cute. Maybe a little something down here. Just kind of fill in that space too. Very cute, very cute, very good. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I have some dimensionals on the back of him, and I'm just going to place them right about, let's see, where card. There. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thanks so much, Die Press, for sending these items for review. A little vintage Santa there for you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, again, possibly embedded here in the video, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.